Today we're going to focus on applying the greatest common factor. Here's the problem that we're going to work on together. Maria uses 24 beads and 16 blue beads to make keychains. Each keychain has the same number of beads. She uses one color for each keychain. What is the greatest number of beads Maria can use for each keychain? So to start, we want the same number of beads on each keychain. We're trying to find the greatest common factor. So let's go ahead and do that for 16 and 24. So we're thinking of the factors for these two numbers. Let's start with 16. I know the factors are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. For 24, the factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. These are factors that can be multiplied together to get our number over here. For example, a factor of 4 times 6 equals 24. So what we need to do now is find the one that is the greatest that they have in common. So if I'm looking at 16, I see 8 and 8. So the greatest common factor equals 8. For our word problem, this means that there are going to be 8 beads on each keychain. But what I need to do now is figure out how many keychains of red beads I'll have and how many keychains of blue beads I'll have. So here's where we're going to use the distributive property to figure that part of our word problem out. So I have 16 plus 24. I know my greatest common factor is 8, so there's going to be 8 beads. Well, how many keychains would that be? I'm really thinking in my head 16 divided by 8, or 8 times 2 gets me to 16. So there would be 2 keychains that have 8 beads on them each. Then I'm looking at 24. I know that there's 8 beads on each, so 24 divided by 8 is 3. So there are 3 keychains with 8 beads on each. So if I wrote it using the distributive property, it would look like this. So there are going to be 2 keychains for the blue beads and 3 keychains for the red beads. What we're working on is using a diagram to represent this information. So we can use a B for blue beads and an R for red beads. Let's start with blue beads. I know that there are 2 keychains, and each of those keychains has 8 beads. That was our greatest common factor. So it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 1 keychain. 2 keychains. So that's my blue beads. Now red beads. 1 keychain. 2 keychains. Oop. 7, 8. 3 keychains. So here are my 24 red beads. 8 beads on each keychain, and I have 1, 2, 3 of them. Here are my 16 blue beads. Okay. And I have 2 keychains. So by using greatest common factor, we were able to figure out how many beads were on each keychain. And then by using the distributive property, we were able to figure out how many keychains we actually needed. Hope that helps.